I remember being in the audition, and it was for like a Jackie Chan movie, and that was the first time I found out about real Hollywood. But the producer was like, "If you want to make it, you have to sit with me." But I was very ignorant at the time, so I'm like, even if I'm not in this movie, I'm still gonna make it. That was my mentality. And then it kept happening though. People kept like
trying.
yeah, and I'm like, so I gotta lose my values.
Right.
Cheers to truth, art, and saying things that most people are afraid to say.
Some artists create, and some artists become the art. Today's conversation is about identity, faith, survival, and what it means to create from a place that can't be filtered. This is Artistry Unplugged. Please give a warm welcome to Jnasofly. Yay! Welcome, Jnasofly.
Thank you for having me.
It's a joy to have you here. And we're just going to keep it light and we're just going to go with it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Who are you without the art?
That's a good question because I am very all art. Who am I without the art? I'm a mother. I'm a daughter. I'm a daughter of love. I'm just a child of God.
Mhm.
That's who I am, honestly.
And with that, when you differentiate that, how do you do it all as a mom and then your art?
That's balance. I'm still learning that balance,
Mhm.
but that's balance. And it's seasons too, because when they're newborns, you don't have that much time. But then when they get older, you have a little bit more time. So it's more balancing with the seasons of where I'm at with the boys.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when did you start? Because you do trill R&B.
Mhm.
And for people that don't know what trill R&B is, can you kind of explain to them what it is?
It's just hip hop and R&B together. So that's what trill R&B is, just hip hop and R&B. Yeah.
And when did you start going into that space of trill and R&B?
My family's very like how do I say it? They're very into music, and they all are influenced in music, so they all play instruments.
Mhm.
So it started from when I was very young. Played the flute, and then
Oh, wow.
yeah, and then but what really got me into the music scene, I joined a group called Massapero,
Mhm.
and it's a group in Boston. It no longer exists, but it was a music thing. This was probably in 2018 era,
Okay.
and I was going around learning how to sing, how
Mhm.
to write. I was around rappers, so I learned how to write, and we performed with Wyclef. We went
Oh,
touring. It
wow.
was
How was that?
that was very Wyclef is I didn't know how like multi-talented he is. He could play every instrument.
He
He
can?
was he was in the he was in the thing playing the clarinet, the flute, I was like, wow. The piano, he was just amazing.
Did you learn a lot from him?
I did just by I only saw a glimpse, but just what I saw, I was like, wow. I didn't know he was that talented.
That talented.
Yeah.
Wow. And that was a good experience for
Yeah,
you.
it was.
And then that's when you start taking it seriously, your craft?
Yeah. That's when I was just like, okay,
Mhm.
I'm an artist. Everyone's like, you can sing,
Mhm.
take it serious. And I was like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know, when did you know you had a voice?
I knew I had writing skills. I didn't know how to voice
Mhm.
until I practiced. Because when I
Mhm.
first started out, I'm not gonna lie, I could not sing. But I thought I had more confidence when I couldn't sing.
Yeah.
So I
Oh,
was
wow.
just like learning my sound, and I was just like, I have this idea for a song, and I would sing it, and I would get frustrated because I couldn't hit the notes I wanted it to sound like. So that's what taught me. I was like, I know I could do it. So
Yeah.
I
That made
started,
you do
yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I went to YouTube. I started learning, and actually, my producer, he was like, I'm not gonna record you anymore. Go and learn how to sing because you keep making me go back and forth. Because I said, do it again, do it again.
Oh my
So he's
goodness.
like, I'm not doing it again. You are gonna go learn how to sing and come back. I was like,
Mhm.
fine. So
That
I
was
did.
good
Yeah,
though,
that was
because then you
good.
got to perfect what you were already
Yeah,
developing, and most artists do that.
yeah,
So that's
that was
great.
good. That was
Yeah.
my. I think that was God just leading me to like learn how to sing and learn how to write and everything.
That's
That was
right.
my moment. Yeah,
What do you like doing better, the writing or the singing, or both?
writing.
Writing.
Yeah,
Why the writing?
I'm a writer. So I've been writing poetry since 4th grade. Like so writing is just more easy for me.
Mhm. Do you ever write for other people?
I actually write all my poetry is not about me. It's just like other
Mm.
people's emotions.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
Do you feel like when you're writing, you're getting something out when you're writing?
Sometimes it's for other people to get out.
Okay.
Just like my gifts. Sometimes it's like not for me. It's for
For other
other
people.
people.
What don't people see in you
What don't people see in me?
that you would like them to see?
Hmm. I don't know what people see in me actually. Um I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how people perceive me as because everyone sees me as different. Prophet, like. But I would
Mhm.
say, I'm human.
What does trio R&B feel like? Not sound like, but what does it feel like?
Love. It
Love.
feels like love.
Mhm.
Sometimes it feels like sadness. It feels like emotions. Sometimes it'll be very sad driven,
Mhm.
darkness. Sometimes it's very light, uplifting. So it's kind of just emotions.
Just emotion. Do you
Yeah,
embrace it all, or do
I do.
you lean toward one more so than the other?
I used to lean towards negative more. Like my first EP,
Uh-oh.
when I when I think about my first EP, it's still up so people can hear it, but I see my growth. Like it's
Mhm.
just there so I can see, okay, I came a long way. But
Yeah.
my first EP, it was more I guess me talking trash about other races and other things. Like I was
Oh,
very
wow.
yeah,
You was in there,
I
huh?
was very in there. I have a song
Mm.
I have a song called Fake Niggas, and I performed it in Oklahoma, and I just say that was very that was
That was
like
in Oklahoma,
it
girl.
was
What was you thinking?
my,
Lord.
my
Oh.
husband was like, "Are you sure you want to sing this song?" I'm like, "I'm
Mm.
definitely sure." Like, but it was a different time, and yeah, but I'm more into the light and more into positive things now.
Well, you get it. What was it that was driving you to write like that? Did you have some experiences, or what was that? Where'd you get it from?
I think it's because I was with all those rappers, and their energy's very like they were the group I was with. They were how you call it um when you helping the community.
Mhm.
So they're helping the community, and they're very mad at like what was going on in the streets with the police. We did lose somebody from police brutality, so
Uh-oh.
it was just like and that made us very angry, and that showed in our music.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm. Wow. That's something I hate that, and it still goes on today, but, you know.
it does.
Yeah. Now, you said your work feels like a movie. Why?
Because I'm living a dream. Like I'm not famous yet, but I still get
Mhm.
to live in my truth. I still get to live free. I get to create my art, and I do have a solid fan base. So it's it feels like a movie.
It feels like a movie.
Yeah.
It's not like a fantasy or nothing.
No,
Okay.
it feels like it's being directed. Like God is leading me each step in the way. He's leading it, and then when I look back, I'm like, oh, I see. Like it goes in like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you the main character in the movie,
Yes,
or
I
are
am.
you the storyteller?
Am I the storyteller? I'm the main character.
You're the main character?
Yeah, in my own movie.
In your
I'm the main character in my own
What is your
movie.
character like? Describe your
Um,
character.
quiet but observant, and just I would say my character is vibeful. Prideful.
Prideful.
Yeah. Depends on the atmosphere. I'm
Mhm.
kind of like, depending on the atmosphere, you get a different part of me.
What scene of your life changed you the most?
Having kids,
Mhm.
my 2 boys changed me definitely. I see life so much differently, and I respect mothers a lot more.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
that definitely changed me.
When you started having children, did it change your direction with your craft? Or
No,
did you get off course at all? Or were you still on that track?
I thought I was off course, but God was still leading me. So
Mm.
no, but yes. When I still was being creative because I wrote 2 books when I was having both of them back to back.
Mhm.
So in that time, I was an author and, like, it was, taking me in a different direction than I thought I would, and I was opening my eyes to more things. So off craft maybe, but I know that that was part of my destiny. I was supposed to write those
You were supposed
books.
to write the books.
Mhm.
Wow, and that was the
Yeah,
perfect
that was the
timing for you
timing
to
too.
write the books. Why wasn't music enough for you?
I think because I have too many gifts. Like, I'm
Mhm.
gifted in a lot of things, and, like, that's probably my main problem is I can't focus on one thing. I need to do other things. So now I'm just learning how to do one thing at a time instead
Mhm.
of everything at a time, one thing at a time. But yeah, I
Mhm.
have too many interests and gifts to just stay in one thing.
That's something that you say that because usually, like, a lot of people on the creative side, they be trying to do it all at once. They don't
I'm not
focus on, they just be all over the place.
God taught me I thought I could, but you
Mhm.
get overwhelmed and then you don't really produce what you want to produce. So it's good to just take it one step at a time.
Mhm. Mhm. When did you start the art side of your creativity?
I always I always drew. So I always
Mhm.
drew since I was little. Um it would come here and there, and I just that was always part of me too.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I've been doing that since I was a kid as well.
Kid.
Yeah.
Do you have a any type of series you're working on with that or any things or what are your drawings like? What do you draw?
Right now I'm working on a canvas and
Mm,
I've been working on this for 3 years.
mm,
I just put whatever I just feel like putting, I add to it whenever I feel artsy. Right now it's a big sunflower, half of the galaxy, and then next to it is half of the ocean, and then the rest is just red. So I haven't finished it yet, but
uh,
that's what I'm working on right now.
does that make you happy when when you're working on that one? Or what's your feeling, your emotion with it when you do it?
When I drew the flower, it was happy. When I drew the galaxy, it was
Mhm.
sadness, because I lost my aunt, and then
Mm,
the ocean was kinda like freedom, so it was like release.
symbolic
Yeah.
stuff. Is that how art come to you guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
for me. I
Yeah,
know people
it's different.
yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's different.
Wow, that's cool. I never knew that side. Oh, you getting this? Okay. Is your visual art more honest than your music, you think?
No,
No?
my music I
Mhm.
have freestyles that I put out, and for me, I thought they were embarrassing because I was like, "This is, like, exposing a lot about how I feel," but yeah, it's like therapy too.
Where are you at with your music and your feelings?
What do you mean?
Where are you at musically right now with your music, with your
I'm I'm
feelings?
leaning towards gospel trill. I've
Okay.
been working on, like, just praise and
Okay.
listening to praise and trying to work on a praise, so that's where I'm at right now musically.
Okay. So you're staying in the trill lane, but you're just doing different avenues of it, different.
Yes.
Okay. What do you like more, the R&B side or the gospel side of it?
I never made gospel, and I never thought I would,
Mhm.
but, I think I like just music that speaks, like, music that has real emotion, real words,
Mhm.
real value.
What are you afraid people will see in your art?
I don't get afraid. I don't get fearful of things like that.
Okay. Are you always very positive about your art?
Do I always like my art? No.
Mhm.
But I learned, because I've always done art, there's things that I find that I do not like, and people will take it and be like, "Are you serious? I love this painting. Can I have it?" So I learned that beauty's really in the eye of the beholder. So even the things
Mhm.
I don't really like,
Mhm.
actually, I'm learning that the things I don't like, most people really like. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so
That's funny how that works
yeah.
out. It's weird. What about the music side of it? Um, are people taking to your music the way you want them to? Are they getting your messages? Are they supportive with what you're doing?
I'm starting to get support now. So people are
Mhm.
starting to find me. I started posting my music on like live streams, like
Mhm.
people's live stream who rate music, and then that started growing me in the music scene. And then my ministry, so people are like, "Oh, let me hear you." So I'm growing in that sense, and YouTube is actually really supportive. So YouTube
Good.
pushes out my stuff, so
Mhm.
people are actually listening finally,
That's cool.
finally to my music, and
Mhm.
is interested to see, like, someone told me, "Oh, you make, poppy girl music."
Poppy, what is that? Oh my
I'm
gosh,
like,
they
"What
coming up
is
with
that?" But
stuff.
I was
Lord.
but I was like, "I like that." Okay.
Oh, that's boy, I don't know.
Mhm.
So the algorithm's finding you, which is
Yeah,
cool. And so your music's getting out there.
yeah.
What has been the frustration with your music? Um, ha- and have you ever wanted to quit?
Oh, yes.
Okay, tell us about that.
Many times. The frustration is just, I guess, the industry,
Mhm.
and, I guess because I'm a being a light, getting in that industry has been so hard. And finally God is letting people see me, but I've been working on music for years. Like it's now finally people are like, "Oh, you're an artist? Oh, you're this."
Mhm.
So yeah, there was many times I'm like, I'm gonna quit, but it's my whole soul that's like, you
You
start
can't.
crying. Yeah, I'll start
Yeah,
crying like I cannot quit. Like I have to keep
you
going. I
got to
have to,
keep going
yeah.
because what? How would you feel? Like, what would you do if you just stopped one day?
I feel empty when I stop, so I
Yeah.
just feel like, what is the point of me living?
Mhm.
So
Right.
I have to keep my craft. Yeah.
Okay, you said your work is rooted in faith. What does that look like daily for you?
Well, my live stream a lot. When I first started live stream, I didn't know how to start. I just started like, "Hey, people, I have gifts,"
Mhm.
and then I was trying to copy the psychics because they have like yes or no, free yes or no, and that's what I started with, like free yes or no, until the church was, you can't be a prophet and saying free yes or no, that's demonic. And I was like, oh,
Uh-oh.
like, oh, I didn't know. I just want to use my gifts. So,
Mhm.
but the more I started doing it, and the more I started learning the prophetic tongue and how the church speaks,
Yes.
I started was like, okay. So I just started helping people, and so many people are lost. Like just
Mhm.
basic knowledge of God. You'd think people would know, like, just pray.
Mhm.
But that seems to be the hardest thing for a lot of
People
people.
to do.
Yeah, so it's community. I feel close to like strangers because
Mhm.
I have followers all over the world, and I'm just like, wow, like, so they'll hit me up and they'll be like, "Can you please come on live and just pray for me?" Or like, "Can you just come?" Or some will just have sessions with me, like, "I just wanted to talk to you." Like, oh wow,
Let's go back to your faith
the faith. Okay.
and your music. Is there a conflict there for you?
Yes, because my
In what
music
way?
is secular. My music
Yes.
has not been like a reputation of me. It's just been more of, like I say, I write for how I feel at that moment or people.
Mhm.
But so yes, my music is not more of where I am now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm. Do you get pressure from the faith side of it because of your music?
No, no, I'm just now getting conviction. So it's
Okay.
now like, okay, let me write praise. Let me
Mhm.
use my gifts for the Lord. So
And has your faith ever been tested?
every day,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
every day on like my live stream, because I'm using my gifts, and some people call me witch. Like they'll accuse me of witchcraft. They'll accuse me of using tarot reading cards, even though they could clearly see the Bible. So it's tested every day. Sometimes that does get me up there and angry because I'm like, why do you guys give the enemy so much power? Why do you guys think a witch can do this, but someone who has a prophetic tongue can't do this? Like, it does. People, it just because you get so many people. People are annoying. I'm not gonna lie. People are annoying. So it does get testy because sometimes I don't want to be on live, and God is like, go on live, just talk to the people, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk to the people, and I almost quit. I did almost quit because I didn't feel like I was getting the support I needed.
What about the music side? You ever want to quit with that?
The music side,
From frustration? No.
Well, yes, frustration. There was a song called Voodoo. It's out now, but trying to record that, I don't like the enemy not want me to. I don't know if it was the enemy or God because sometimes I think it was God because every time we would be like, "It's done," the whole studio would black out. All the vocals we work for hours in that song. I'm like, it's not meant to be. This is not the version. But it would happen so many times in different studios. So I was like, they're like, maybe you're not supposed to see. Maybe you're not supposed to do this song. And I was like, it's just not time because God gave me this song. I know that I'm supposed to work the song. And then finally I met this girl, Yanina, with a beautiful voice and it worked out.
That was cool.
That was my first song.
That was your first song?
Yeah.
Wow. What did you have to survive?
What did I have to survive as a Black woman in America?
We can go there if you want to.
What did I have to survive? I had to survive coming up from immigrants, Haitian parents, learning, even though I was born and raised Boston, Massachusetts, but I was in a Haitian household. So it was like you're when you grow up in a Haitian household, you're growing up in a Haitian culture. And then you go out and you're like, oh, this is the world, even though you're in Boston, wherever you are. So I had to learn to adjust that way. And surviving, honestly, I have so much faith that I don't ever like feel like I'm struggling. Even when we first bought our first house, the second week it flooded and it broke down and we was homeless for a whole year with a baby. But we wasn't homeless because we was living in the hotel, but still without house.
That's tough.
So that was tough. I think that was like because of the hormones and the challenge, that was the most testing time I could think of. But even when I started changing my perception. So I tend to just try to change it.
Trying to change it.
Yeah.
I guess you try to look on the bright side anyway. Things happen.
Yeah.
You know.
And you do see, if you want to see what God is going to do, he will show you how he turns the bad to good. Because now I can see our house needed to be fixed, not once, but twice. That happened twice. It got fixed. And then before we could even move in, it broke down again.
Oh, no.
And we're like, we just bought this house. Like, all our money's in his house. Yeah. But it got fixed brand new. And now the asset is raised. Like, the value of the house is even double. So I'm like,
absolutely.
You know what, God? I see what you're doing. At the time, we were like, but even though, if you could look at the bad stuff, but you could look at the good stuff too, because we were never homeless. We were always, we were living in Hilton Hotel. Like that was
top. Yeah,
we was blessed. So I'm like, you know what? You just gotta take it where it is and just be happy.
Be happy.
You know,
thank God for your faith though, because that helps a lot.
Yeah, that does help. That's the only thing. That's the only thing that really gets me.
Yeah. When did you, have you always been faith-based, even in your household when you were growing up, or did this develop later on in years?
I've always been like this.
Did your pain shape your art or identity?
Yes. When I'm in that pain, I use it to write about pain. So other people can, I guess, feel the pain, release the pain. So yeah, it does shape how I wrote. When I was in high school, I wrote a poem called Mommy's Speech, and it was about abortion. And my teacher was pregnant at the time. And when she cried, like she was like, I need to talk to you after this. And she told me, she was like, I felt like that you were writing about me and my decisions. Like, even though I didn't know she like,
Jeez.
but she was like, "You have a gift. Like, did you go through abortion?" Like, she was trying to ask
Right.
me
She
like,
trying,
what was
yeah.
going on. I was like, I'm a virgin. I don't know anything about
Yeah.
this stuff right now.
Right.
But I was like, I just felt like your pain. I just felt like how you were feeling, and I just wrote it. And she was like, I took that person. She was crying with me.
Oh
So yeah,
man. That made
it
you
does
feel
shake me.
how? That
It made me
you
feel like this is really a gift,
Mhm.
because I was like, I didn't even know what I was doing. I just felt that way and wrote it. And then when someone else receives it that way, I'm like, okay, thank you, God. I see why.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm. He be using you, I tell you that.
he definitely
Wow.
does.
Okay.
But there are many times I almost gave up. But the most recent one I would say is when I wasn't getting the support of my live stream. That I was like, I'm done with everything. I'm done
It's
trying to
rough.
make, you know what? I'm just gonna go live a 9 to 5 like everybody else and be miserable. That's where I was. But
Mhm.
even when I was there, I knew I was lying. I knew I wasn't gonna stop. I just knew I was just want to give up because I was tired.
You had to get it out.
I had to get it out and vent to God. But that changed my life though.
Mhm.
You know how I don't some people go to like witches to change their
Tarot reading
their
or
did
something?
for
Yeah.
that. And I remember going to God and like, change the atmosphere. I know you're putting me on this live to use my gifts, but I know it's not to be used. I know
Right.
I'm not supposed to be feeling like people were so stingy. They wouldn't even give me a penny. Like, I'm like, I
What?
was on here with 300 people and I only made $1. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I'm telling you, I'm giving people mysteries. Like, people wanted to know how their sons died, like how, like things that you wanted to know for 10 years plus. And you give
And
me,
you
you, and they would be so mad. Like, I gave you all I can. It's not about the money, but that
right.
really made me like, God, how can I do this as a living? Like,
Yes,
this is not
yes.
gonna work.
This is not gonna work.
I was like, there has to be something else. But then God was
Mhm.
like, stay on course and keep going, shift it.
Yeah.
But I gave it to him. I was like, change. I was so serious. I was like, please, like, change the atmosphere. I need to see, like, it has to change. And it really did.
Good. That's
It
good.
changed.
So they start dropping some coins, serious coins.
My mom was like, what happened? She was like, what happened? Like,
Yeah.
people are sharing, you don't even have to ask people to do anything. They're
Mhm.
following you. I was like, God is good. Thank you, God. Cause I wouldn't be
Mhm.
able to do it no more.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Gosh, that's good though. But you feel like when they weren't doing, when they weren't giving, did you feel not appreciated or valued?
Yes.
And that's something you probably should maybe look within yourself?
No, because,
Okay.
cause,
She said no.
because
Okay.
I would drain, like, when I use my gifts, I get drained and they know it. Like,
Mhm.
I tell them I'm tired.
Mhm.
I can't even see straight now. I gotta go. And people used to say, how about me? How about me? And I'll be like, hold on. First of all, I'm doing this for free. And everyone's like,
Mhm.
stay on, stay on. And I would stay on for hours, just getting drained. And people would be like, the people that actually do care about me, be like, go get some water. Go, please
They
go.
was giving you instructions.
Yeah, they're like, please go get some
I'm
water.
praying
Please,
about it. Go get some water.
please go get something to eat. And I would just be so empty at the end because I'm like, I just drained my whole soul and I made $2. Oh my goodness. Like,
Oh my
I felt like
God.
this can't be a job. This is, people say it's a job. I'm like, this can't be the job that God told me.
Mhm.
But then, yeah, he switched.
It sucks the energy out, don't
It
it?
does.
Wow.
It
So how do
does.
you revive yourself to be more, I mean,
I
when
have
it's
to just
draining?
trust him because God's
Yeah.
like, it's gonna work. You just have to keep going. I'm like, okay. And then it did. It did finally did.
I'm a willing soldier.
After I broke down and I was like, I can't do it no more. I was like, God, I'm so serious. I cannot. These people are just, like taking the soul out of me.
Yes, they're vultures. No.
I was like, I can't. And they're using me. That it's like most people want to know about their love life, which is okay.
Mhm.
But what about what God wants to say to you? And I'll tell them, how about what I see for you? Like, what is God showing me? No, can you tell me about Derek?
Oh my
You already
goodness.
know about Derek. You know.
You already know. The
You
signs are
already
there. Hello. That's funny stuff. What does feminine power mean to you?
Feminine power
Mm.
means authority and wisdom. That's what I think. Feminine, when I think of like a feminine energy, I feel like it's more gentle, but still authority. and wise. Because we are very sorry. We're the wise ones. We the ones who hold the wisdom most of the time. So I think that's what feminine is, wisdom.
Wisdom. That's a good word.
Hmm.
Wisdom. I like that. You ever feel like you had to shrink before?
My entire life. This is the first time I feel like I don't have to shrink. But I feel like I've been people try to put me in a box, and I've been trying to just be in that box, just trying to make it, but I feel like finally I'm out of that.
Out of that thing.
Yeah.
You never been a people pleaser.
No.
Though. That's good.
I'm
And
not
that's
here to
good
please.
though. Yeah, what you're trying to do, you
Yeah.
know. Do you, with your music, do you want to go, how high up do you want to go with your music? Or you just want to just do music? It don't matter.
I want to tour. I want to go on tour again. I want to be like known. I don't care about the fame, but I do want like recognition. I want people to know my music. So I guess all the way.
Yeah. Who were you before you stepped into it as far as the feminine power?
Who was I? I've always been my friend's guidance. So I've always been the one to like tell people, hey, let's not do this. Even though I'll still do it because I'm human. So, but I guess before this, I've always just been people's insight, because I would tell people things. God would use me in the street and be like, go tell this person this, go do this. So I was just in the streets more back then. Yeah.
Back then. How does he give you the message?
Now I use the Bible. So I use the Bible so it could be that's how I can do everyone. But when it's like a word, it's random. You'll just be next to me and God will just be like, hey, tell her she's pregnant.
What?
Or other things. Sometimes.
So you hear him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Does he ever get loud?
One time he sounded like thunder.
What?
Yes, it sounded like the sky, like thunder sky, and he was very mad. Like, don't do that. Like, no.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was like, are y'all hearing this? Like, is it
Yeah.
me? Did y'all not hear that thunder? And then we were in Miami, and it can rain and then go back to sunset, but there was no rain or anything. So I was like, that's God.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Does he, when did he do you remember the first time he came to you like that? In that way?
He always came to me, but at the time, I was, I guess, lost. I thought I was a witch. And well, I didn't think I was a witch. I was trying to see what I was. I was trying to, like I said, the box. I was trying to figure out if I'm a psychic, if I'm a witch. And God was just trying to tell me, you are just my daughter. Like, you just have gifts for me. But I was looking out for the world. And that's when he was like, no. And he did cut me off. He cut me off with my gifts for a whole year.
He did?
Yeah.
How'd
And
you
I
feel
felt like
about
a baby.
that?
I felt like, even though I was probably 19, I felt like a newborn. Like because I was so used to using my everyday like senses that it felt like, oh my goodness, is this what regular people feel like? Like, I don't know how to do anything, yes or no. Like,
I was lost,
I was very lost. I was very lost.
When did you realize I'm not going back?
When I married my husband, and I was like in a bank. I was working in a bank, and it was a very racist bank in Oklahoma. They're terrible. I didn't get it personally, but it was like being part of the KKK. Honestly, it was so bad. And I remember just praying to God and asking God, just give me that. I just need that yes. Just tell me you got me, and I will quit.
You will leave.
And I was praying. It was my birthday, and I was on break, and I was praying to God, and I was like, God, I can't do it anymore. I don't even want to go. I was crying. I was like, I don't even want to go inside. It's like, I feel like I'm in a prison. And I was like, God, please just give me a word. Can I quit? And then I heard it. I was like, yes.
You felt relieved, didn't you?
I felt relieved, and I quit. Like, I went back from my break, took all my stuff. They decorated my desk. I left the decoration, and I texted my boss, I quit, and I left. I can't do another year. I was like, this is depressing, and I feel like a coon, so.
Yeah. That's not a good feeling.
No.
Is your art healing you or exposing you?
Both. It's exposing and healing. Because first you're scared, but then once it's already released, you're like, oh, it wasn't that bad. So it's healing too.
Do you feel vulnerable when you're exposed?
Yes.
In what way?
Like, you know my business. Like, oh my goodness, you know how I really feel or how I really think. So, like vulnerable,
Is it-
intimate is very. You're in my real thoughts, like how I really feel. So that's vulnerable. I feel like that's vulnerable.
Yeah, yeah. Does that come out in your writing as well?
Yes, sometimes
Do you create for expression or for release?
release.
What are you
Release.
releasing?
However I'm feeling. Like sometimes I'm feeling like I have to write. I don't even know why I have to write, but I'll just be like, I need to write. And I'll write down and I realize, oh, I just vented on it. I just vented.
Yeah.
So that's expressive too. Yeah.
Have you ever did a song where you really felt, where you really released a lot, and then you say, "Whoa, I'm gonna pull back. I don't want to."
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
2 songs like that. Nobody. No, is it Nobody? No One. He released it because I didn't want to. But he releases the version I don't like. He released the raw version, but most people like that raw version, but I don't. And I felt like that was very intimate. And I have another song. I don't remember what it's called though. I have another song that it took me a long time to put it out. Like, yeah.
What has this cost you?
Cost me, I guess, my freedom because since I'm an entrepreneur, you have to work, you have to hustle to make the money. So it costs you a lot of sacrifice, a lot of things you rather be doing, but I have to focus and lock in and work and grow. So
Does the industry understand artists like you think?
the industry the industry knows of me and wants me gone. Okay. The industry, I know everyone knows what's going on in the industry, but since I act too. So I remember being in the audition and it was for like a Jackie Chan movie and the producer, that was the first time I found out about real Hollywood, but the producer was like, if you want to make it, you have to sleep with me. I have to sleep with you to make it.
Seriously?
Like, but I was very ignorant at the time. So I'm like, why? How's you? What does that like? Just because I don't even if I'm not in this movie, I'm still gonna make it. That was my mentality. But I'm like, are you serious? This was before all this was exposed. But I was like, what is going on? And then it kept happening though. People kept like
Trying.
Yeah, if you want to do this model contract, I didn't want to be a model, but I really wanted to be out there. So they're like, if you want to do it, you gotta do it. And I'm like, so I gotta lose my values
Right.
to be a star. That's what I was. So I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it, God. That's how it's just been a battle. It's been a battle.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's rough, man.
Yeah.
And some people do. They just go all the
They
way.
do it. A lot of people do it, and I see because sometimes guys like I see now because I started young. I started my first commercial in 4th grade, so I'm like, thank you God, you protected me because Tyler Banks, she was the one who scouted me, and she was like, she wanted me to come to Hollywood and all that stuff, and my parents were like, no, and I resented that for so long.
Did you really?
For so long, I'm like, I could have been famous. Like,
You could have been out there already.
Y'all could have been rich and all this stuff. But then when everything came out, I'm like, you saved me because who would I have been like going into the industry that young? So everything happens for a reason, but I never stopped the art. So, yeah.
Do you want to be famous or just?
I do want to be recognized. Yes.
Okay.
I do want people to know my stuff.
And I think, do you feel like your faith will just keep you in that lane where you won't
go there?
Fall because the industry is the way it is?
Yeah, God told me a long time ago, nations would know my name. That was a long time ago. I'm still waiting on it, but I do trust him. I do know, and how how my journey has been, I do see it. I do see it unfolding. So I'm like, I'd rather do it slow and steady and get to where I need to be with the glory of God than have it fast paced, lose everything, and then have my life destroyed for what.
Yes.
So
Right.
I'm not in the rush anymore. I used to be like, I need to make it. Now I'm like, God's timing, whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's on its timing
Yeah.
anyway, you know. What have you had to protect about yourself?
Protect my energy. I
Mm.
do have to protect my energy. I don't give in too much because I absorb people's energy and yeah,
I
and
know.
back and forth. So
Mm-hmm.
I learned how to just keep to myself, keep my energy.
So you just keep to yourself. What else do you do to maintain that? Do you
Meditate.
meditate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meditation. I wish more Christians would meditate because anxiety would never exist.
Mm-hmm.
The meditation is, especially with sound frequencies,
Yes.
different sound frequencies, even scientifically proven that it heals. So it meditation with sound frequencies, prayer, fast sometimes if I need it. Those things keep me centered and like keeping my energy.
Keep your energy.
Yeah.
What type of foods do you eat? Do you just eat whatever you want to eat, or do you keep yourself kind of clean in that way?
I'm
Or
trying to. I was diagnosed with Greg's disease, so that made me start eating a lot better. Like start noticing what you eat. And it's true, food is the medicine. So I'm just taking, even if it doesn't taste the best, I'm just eating food that is healing, like nutrients,
yeah,
real nutrients.
because you got to keep yourself.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. So I have to, yeah. I'm still learning how to eat
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Your skin is beautiful.
Oh, thank
So
you.
yeah, you're doing something right for sure. Is being different a gift or a risk?
A risk.
Why?
People, they make it sound good in movies, but when you are the different person, it's
Mhm.
always judgment. It's always someone trying to put you somewhere where you don't feel like someone put you in the box. So
Mhm.
it's a lot of judging when you're different.
Do you think the avenue of music is a way to go about it?
Music is definitely an avenue for weird people. I'm not-
Because you
it's-
kind of putting yourself out there
yeah,
to.
I think that's if you have that talent is good because I do know a lot of people are trying to be rappers and trying to
Mhm.
be singers. If it's not like something that's natural to you or you have real interest in it, I think you should just leave it alone because there's too many artists out already.
Yeah,
But yeah,
there's a lot of competition out there too.
I don't see competition.
You
I just do
don't.
me. No, I just do
Okay.
me.
That's right. That's right. Well, I'm gonna leave you with this. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
If I had a superpower, it would be teleportation.
Teleportation.
So I could go on vacation everywhere for free. That would be the best.
That'd be the best, right?
Yeah.
What would your superpower be if you to give it to someone else? What would it be for artists?
For artists, probably the gift to hear God. That's so they can like do their art by the glory instead of by themselves.
That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Now, if people want to find you, where can they find you? On what platforms and all that good stuff?
You guys can find me, Jnasofly, everywhere. Jnasofly.
Well, thank you so much for being on Artistry Unplugged. Much success to you.
You too.
Yes, ma'am. Now, all art is meant to impress. Some of it is meant to be felt. I'm Miss Michelle, and this is Artistry Unplugged.